So, how did Changing Lives ministry begin? Well, it began on February 2012 in the living room of Story Road in St. Cloud with me and my husband Wilfredo and my two daughters, Sadie's and Maya. I remember that night like if it was yesterday. I remember us trying to come up with a name, and we were all throwing out names out there and saying, I remember my husband saying, transforming lives. Someone else would say, because I wanted something with change. I didn't know what, but I knew I wanted change in it. And I remember somebody else saying, I think it was one of my daughters, life changing. And I was like, oh, it's getting close, but it was not that until it like dawned on me. And I was like, how about changing lives? And I remember that we all lit up and we just knew that that was the name of the ministry that God was calling us to. I remember just a few days after that, us getting ready to do our first gathering. We decided to go out and purchase a lot of baskets and food and things to put in those baskets, and going out and inviting people to our first gathering, which happened. And we had the help of one of my youth at that time, because I used to be a youth pastor, me and my husband, and she came as a clown. Me and my husband and my daughters were able to serve that community. That first gathering brought 37 people. And out of the 37 people, I remember 17 of them wanted follow up, which eventually, the day of that follow up, 7 of them actually opened up their homes to us, where we preached Jesus, where we were able to share the love of God, and who happened to be Miss Aida Rosario. And from there was where we met Juan Vega, and eventually later on getting to find out one of our leaders was the daughter of this beautiful lady named Aida. After that, shortly, we ended up having our first service on March 18 at our sister's Elsie Ortega, and which was an amazing, powerful first service where my husband preached. And out of that service, I remember us being able to start preparing for our first encounter, which in that first encounter, Sister Miguelina came, Sister Maria was one of the participants, Diana, and we began to just use that tool of the encounter to get people to come to God and get empowered. And out of that first encounter, our Sister Maria was healed from cancer, and God began to do a mighty work. In one whole year, we began to disciple and begin to fulfill, as Changing Lives, our purpose. And one of our vision mission is Matthew's 28:18 to 20, which it says, then Jesus came to them and said, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all the nation, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. Just shortly after this first encounter, we began to fulfill this vision mission, where we were at that moment Changing Lives ministry. And because 2 people full of the presence of God said yes to the call under our covering, we were able to send to Dominican Republic our first missionary pastors, Maria and Miguel Filio. And we became Changing Lives International. Right after that, we were celebrating the great victory, because we were, now parents of another ministry just 1 year after Changing Lives coming into place. We concentrated in the first couple of years just to disciple. We discipled and we trained and we taught for the first 3.5 years. And there is where a lot of our leadership was birthed from. we were so excited that God was doing something even greater, because just a couple of years later, on 2015, a school was birthed out, and that is today Changing Lives Academy, where we started with 22 students, and we had the help of Natalia Barkley, Diana, myself, and Christina Ramlogan at that time. And it was just amazing to see what God was doing in the ministry. And we are here today just expressing to you the beautiful power of God when someone says yes. And today we have gathered all of you here because we wanted you to know about our humble beginnings and to share with you how faithful and how awesome God has been to us and to this beautiful ministry called Changing Lives International. Today you will be able to meet a lot of those people that started with us in 2012, and we hope that as you listen, that you will one day, or hopefully soon, be able to be one of the members and leadership of this amazing ministry called Changing Lives International.